Mic on.
Okay, testing. Well, you didn't hear anything I said because my Corsair headset was being weird. Okay. Well, okay. Let's recap. We're going from South Bend. Remember, we landed at South Bend last time. We're going from South Bend to Gary, Indiana. It's a short flight, but give us time to get a flight in. We want to do this every day. We gotta get this ILS landing thing down because I'm just not getting it. Or it might be a bug within FSX. We don't know. Let's turn on the weather on. Yep. So, desktop audio. We'll leave our desktop audio the way it is. Okay, so we are 240 for 18. That means out of heading 240, we have 18-mile-an-hour winds. Yep, right there. It's increasing a little bit. So if we have an airport that goes south to, or a runway that goes south to north, we'd prefer to take that, and we do. Um, have to figure out what that is. We want to go against the wind. We don't. Well, this is actually we're okay here. Although, yeah, 27 left. We're headed straight for the moon. Perfect. All right. Well, next week we're going to continue VOR, but we're going to continue it in different states. So I'll rename this differently. And on Monday, we begin doing checklists. We're not going to touch this aircraft until we've done a checklist. There are, I think, three or four that you do. You do a pre-flight, you do pre-takeoff, you do a climb, and then you do a descent. Um, there might be more in there, but we'll check that out. And the first video will probably be very boring as I go through how to do the checklists. But that's okay. That's what this is about. Okay, so we want to make sure our takeoff lights are on. We don't need those. Do need our strobes and our nav. Okay, now we need to look up our airports. So we're taking off from South Bend International. And if we look at 27 left, at the wind in the background there, this is where we landed. The elevation is. Now, I haven't really found on here where to set the altimeter. I'm not sure if that's if that does that change per day. Excuse me. Well, we could look at the elevation. I've had my coffee, so I don't have any excuses. Where's the elevation? Well, because we're using FSX, we can just hit B to correct it. See how it changed a little bit there. So this is our elevation here. But we're going to look up our, let's do KGYY airport chart. I'm always using the sky vectors. They are, let's type in sky vector here. I like them best so far. And I don't have a lot of experience. I just like them best. Okay, this is, because it gives you so much information here. I suppose we could look up here to see the elevation. Looks like it's got two runways. This long one we probably don't need. We'll probably use that one. Um, did I see elevation somewhere? There it is. 589.1 feet above sea level. Now we can go back here. Maybe not. Okay, we'll go back this. and we're at 788. So we are 788 feet above sea level. If we look here, it's close enough. This is why FSX isn't 100% accurate. 788 would be around here, and you can actually change it. That would be more representative, kind of. So you have a 20, 40, 60, 80. I'm going to stick with that, but FSX is saying no. So I'm going to stick with this. Well, when we get at 3,000, we'll do a follow request, and they'll give us an altimeter. And it's the two most important ones, or the three most important ones, are the cruising altitude. You want to make sure you're always you want to make sure you're always correct, because if you're not, you could be at, it'll say, well, you're at this altitude when you're really at this altitude, and maybe there's another plane flying down there. You don't want that. Airplane, sorry. Okay, so 588 is what we're landing into. So let's decide what airport, or what runway, sorry. So if we zoom out of here, we're going to go to Gary. This is Gary. So since we're coming this way, our entry could be CFC, Charlie Foxtrot, Juliet, or it could be Whiskey Alpha Sierra Tango Uniform. Is uniform it? I need to look those up. It could be this one. Who knows? Probably not. Could be yeah. We're not gonna probably get Hosen. Actually, no. It's yeah. It's probably gonna be back here. I don't understand Hosen being, unless you're doing a very short approach, or I don't know. Looks like we've got an artificial intelligence airplane coming in. He'll probably intercept at I don't know where he went. Okay, so let's get ready here. 588. Oh, we didn't look at our runway. Okay. Oh, enamored with the graphics here. Okay, so this is going to bring us into, I can't see what that is. That's a taxiway. We'll probably come in. What is going on? How is this localizer bringing us into... Okay. I guess I don't understand the sea. That's something I will need to know at some point. Unless it's showing me the runway somewhere else. See, it's showing us the runway here, 1331. Oh, center? Okay. So we can choose center. Duh. We'll choose center. It's coming crosswind against the wind, but if we wanted to get real technical, we would do this way. But it's not giving us a localizer on this runway. See? So this is the localizer, and it's available on 31 center, or 31 right, or shoot, 31 center, 13 center, and 4 right, as well as, yeah, 13 center. Okay, so we've only got 3. Let's hop in here and we'll go to our GPS. I'm going to minimize it because it thinks it's 1999 or something. 640 by 480. Let's move this up here. Alright. So we're going to hit proc to select our approach. We want 31 center. Do we have that option, or is it ILS 30? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we don't have... That's very interesting. That... Was I looking at the correct airport? This is scary. This is why we do these as much as we can on the ground, so we don't have to freak out in the air, I guess. What? Now these could have been reworked with an FSX, so... No, that is 30. So we're coming in... Now it doesn't say... That is so weird. I don't know how I misread that. What was I looking at? What was I looking at before? Was I looking at, I was looking at... Good grief. I was looking at this airport here. I apologize. This is where we want to be. So we're going to come in 30. Runway 30. It is in line with our wind direction. We're going to be fighting the wind. So we want to do ILS 30. We'll do vectors, and if we look at our ILS 30, we can find our localizer, which is going to be 108.75. There's our pattern. And we can look at our glide slope. So WASTU. Yeah, I'm not sure how I got separated there. So Whiskey Alpha Sierra Tango uniform is going to be our 2000. So perfect. So with 10 miles remaining, we'll excuse me. We will come this way. All right. Let's get ready to go. We're going to depart to the west. That's okay. Okay. Oops. Got everything here. We want to set our altimeter to 3000. We're going to do 108.75. Yes. Okay, 108.75. We don't have any altimeter in the way, so... Or not altimeter, rather. We don't have any VORs in the way, so... Here we go. Windy. We are good for V1. Rotate and a little crosswind, as you can see. We want to keep that 74 to 80 knots speed as we climb. Airspeed's acting a little weird. We're just doing a runway heading at the moment since it's in that general direction. we can hit autopilot. Alt. That's going to hold our altimeter based on what we input here. Now we want to hold our stick up a little bit while we do that, or else it'll nosedive and then even out. To prevent that nosedive, just hold it until you feel it's taking over. So we will decrease our climb to 400. Let's look at our profile here. Let's see our profile at all. Oh, you know why? Because we didn't load our flight plan. Gonna do VFR southbound to Gary. My bad. Okay, there we are. Okay, so yeah, we're going a little bit too steep. Okay, that was bad planning on my part. You see that crosswind is pushing us so off course. This is not how you would do a flight plan, I don't think, in real life. But we're going to switch to GPS and we're going to switch to nav. So it's going to put us back on course and fight that crosswind the whole way. Excuse me. So ETA is 31 minutes today. We are heading on a 269, 270 is our desired track. The track course right now is 248. One thing we need to look at though, Gary's course is going to be 306, so we want to make sure we want that right there. Okay, we're going to switch our, we'll request Class C. Okay. We should have done the acknowledgement and then switched it, but when I do that, she actually changes it for me, and I want to get in the habit of doing it myself. Okay, so we don't need to do any of that. Close that for a minute. We should be heading roughly close towards the localizer. Actually, let's look. Okay, no. So when we get to roughly to Portage, we're going to activate our approach. How do we know we're in Portage? I don't know. We look at little nav map. Our DME's not working here because I wonder if it's because we didn't find it. Maybe we have to push this and get our... We're not going to find that localizer this far out, though. If I were to switch this nav point to the airport, let's go to... yes, Scary. 114.2. No, that's CGT. 125.6. Oops. So I'm gonna hit one. Okay, sorry. That's over here. 125.6. Okay. We should be able to hear anything coming out of Gary Tower. Wonder if it helps. Oh, so it's telling us to. I guess we need to be closer. Okay, so we'll switch to that. So we'll get it ready. Let's verify here. 125.6. Yes. If we wanted to see what was going on the weather, we do 134.575. Can we do that? Because I don't see we have the... There we go. Okay, now we could probably do this without any kind of penalty. Oh, it's just... Wonder who let us go, though. Unknown. Now tonight is Friday. I want to make sure. Yeah, it's Friday. I want to start doing another broadcast. I think that it's called Friday Night Flights. And not sure. I think that might be a good X-Plane introduction. Well, I've got a few Friday Night Flights up there. I think they're a mixture between X-Plane or FSX, but I'd like to use X-Plane for anything but my morning flights. And the reason I want to use a couple simulators here is because we can learn different things from them. X-Plane has a superior flight model, which means that the aircraft behaves in a way closer to what a real-world aircraft would behave in current situations, in current or any situation it's put in. Not to say that FSX is lesser because of it. It's a great little... So we're still a ways away. It's a great little tool. I hesitate to call these games. I think they're tools. Now I know when we get in the localizer and when we're at that altitude, we hit nav and approach. But yesterday when we came into South Bend, it wouldn't do anything with our altitude, which means I didn't pick up the localizer. The clouds are pretty cool. One thing that they've done really good with FSX-WX and FSX is the clouds. They look great. X-Plane, they look... I'd say they look a little bit more realistic, but not as pretty. and we'll see that. Let's see if we get a kind of overcast day all around. This is Indiana, definitely northern Indiana. I'll close this. Take a picture and last longer. Our landing lights are still on. We're bad people. Alright. Because I'm a bad person. Okay. So this checklist will come in handy. No, I keep talking about checklists. I need to do them every time. Okay. Want to cut, we want to kind of be at, that's another thing we need to learn. Um, I've heard that being at full throttle and then just reducing the mixture will help in fuel efficiency. I'm not sure this models that well. In X-Plane, I think it does. So we'll just maybe that's something we can explore next week too. Okay, there's Great Lakes here. It's still pretty. It looks like we're clearing up over here too. We can check that out here. We'll do 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Let's try 5, 7. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't hear ATIS coming through, so I'm not sure how to do 575. Yeah, we don't have. Huh. I'm not sure. Let's see if I can find our localizer yet. Probably not. We are really getting blown off course. Well, not off course. We're just getting batted around. I've got the realism settings set really high, so I don't think I have failure zone. And as always, the disclaimer, this is not instruction. It should never be taken for instruction. It's not even a good guide on how to play the game. But it is just a vlog of my experiences while I learn a little about how to navigate in a flight sim. Which, yes, I guess it can be translated to real life, but it should never be considered instruction at all. Okay, let's see how far we got. Okay, I've got a little bit. I'm going to go to the bathroom, take care of some things, and I'll be right back while we continue to fly. I'll get you a good view here. Here we go.
Mic off. Mic on.
Okay, we have returned. Let's see where we are here. I think we'll wait till we get to Chesterton, and then we shall begin our descent. It says right here, top of descent. This was a flight plan set up by Microsoft, and here, therefore, I don't trust it. So, I mean, we're not even following it. says we are, but we're not. Okay. Get that ready. Landing at less 30. We are getting batted around. Okay, since this is our entry point in, we're not going that fast. Actually, if we do this, we're going to have to cut against the wind completely. We're going to actually have a crosswind. What to do, what to do. We're still kind of far out for an approach. Got some antennas up here, some smokestacks. We do have smokestacks in this state. Madison, Indiana comes to mind. Lawrenceburg. It is currently not snowing anywhere though, so. The DME hits right here. The distance measuring equipment hits. Let's look at our approach. What says Wastu? Let's go and let's activate it. Why not? So we'll begin our descent. We'll do 2,500 right here. That's good. I just see that was pretty good timing. That's where it begins. It didn't take us over here and then have to come back to it. We'll come in for the whole thing. And we should be at 2,000. Remember, we want to be right here when we hit our intercept for the localizer, which is right here. Jeez. Pretty clouds up over there. We can see the sun. No, that's just the red light from the wing. But the moon is very visible, though. A little bit more visible in this game than there is in real life. Yeah, we're at 2,500. As soon as we make our turn, we'll start descending to 2,000. So by then, if we go in closer, Wastu is going to be in here somewhere. Can't really see it. It's okay. We want to be on a straight path before we enter the localizer. because previously I've been entering after the localizer ends here, or before, or I guess after, which would be in this area, and it's not grabbing it, and it's pulling. It's allowing us to. Why are we going to Gary? Okay, wait. Let's look at. I might have this all messed up here. Gary, where's Gary? What the heck? I don't understand where Gary. The boss 2 is what it said. Let's go to our select approach, ILS, vectors. It's very interesting. I'm not sure what's going on. So it's not WAS2, it's Gary. Okay. So Gary must be. It's not showing up anywhere. Okay, so we're not meeting at WAS2, we're meeting Gary. What the heck is going on? Let's go look at our chart. I don't even see Gary on here. What airport are we hitting? What is going on? I wonder if this... Let's look again. Runway 30. Gary. It said boss 2 earlier. That is, waypoint Gary. Let's look at the RNAV. There is no waypoint here. This must be a glitch in the FSX. Because we're not even headed towards Gary. Well, we'll see how it behaves. This is very interesting. It's I'll have to roll back the footage, as they say, in CGT. Are we being rerouted? Runway 30 is CGT. Let's look at CGT. This is the CG. What? I am so confused. Why would it be heading here? Unless it's just in that, if that's in that VOR. That's a VOR, by the way. This is so weird. This is runway 30 right here. This is... Am I in the right airport? Yeah, it's KGYY. What? At Ham Donuts. So, okay, well, let's look at 114.2 real quick. I don't even have... Okay, CGT. Okay, let's look here. There's Gary, it says right there, but that's Wastu. So it must have changed. And oops. Okay, so we're still on track. It's just being really weird. Okay, we're gonna switch back to our. Oh, that's the one we want right here. So we are in the VOR. Okay, so as we hit here, we'll turn in. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. So it changed. Okay. And one thing I need to do is probably look and get current scenery for this. That might have been why it was not picking it up. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, we want to get down to 2,000 so we can meet Gary. Hi, Gary. There's our runway, by the way. This is why I guess you have, and if you look at the runway, the way it's facing, that's the same way, roughly the same way as the heading. That's why it has this, that's what's called the course, the CRS. That's why when we're in here, we switch to nav, I guess, right? Because nav will take us off the GPS and into the heading. Is that how that works? Because we would have to hit heading to be on that approach. I don't know. Okay. This should turn us right now. Alright. Turn, turn, turn. Yay. Okay, so we're turning. And we're turning. And we are at 2,000. And if we hit our nav here, okay, da 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 da. No, that's 1.8. What is this? Am I in the wrong one? 108.75? Did I hit the wrong one? Am I hitting this one? Jeez, 108.75. I'm just a mess today. Okay, so we changed this. Here we go. That's the right one. So now we can hit nav and approach. And it should be taking us down, but it's not. Why isn't it? Okay, well, we're going to have to manually land again because I screwed it up again. This is... I took off our alt here. And it's not even remotely close. We're going to take off AP so I don't die. Yeah. Just so confused on how this... I've done it a few times successfully, but ever since then, nothing. How did I get 109.7? Oh, you know, because I had the wrong airport targeted initially. So I screwed it up again. But luckily we know how to hand fly in the sim. We're having a heavy crosswind, so I'm gonna give it some rudder here. Some left rudder. I'll do flaps full. Increase the speed a little bit. And so we want to point down when we're doing a crab landing, I think is what they say. We should hit B too. That'll give us our, yeah, lots of stuff to the checklists are important. That's why they're there. And I'm showing why you don't do this stuff without doing checklists in the air. Because you are just completely unprepared. Okay. By the way, those dotted lines on the GPS, I think those are our go-around vectors. Patterns. I don't know. Okay, and we're gonna back off our speed a little bit. Our lights look pretty good. Pappies. Oops, now we're completely being blown the other way, like the crosswind just came out of a different area. Jeez, this is insane. It's like the crosswind came, it came from a different, yeah, sorry. Could have been worse, could have been better. Okay, so let's go find a place to park. Yeah, I don't think we have the correct scenery for this airport too. We'll get off over here. This must be general aviation parking over here. It's very big. Okay, while we're here, I'm going to... Well, we'll figure out how to... We'll learn how to install a scenery. See if there's scenery out there for us. It looks like this could be a little bit more. Park by the gas. Be the first ones to get the gas. Yeah, because it looks like the gas is just the same place at every airport. It's just can't be right. Okay. I feel like doing another flight. I may have another flight. Cause I gotta get this down. Maybe we'll do Gary to Cord, which is Chicago International, O'Hare International. How'd we do? Oh, not even close. Darn it. Close enough. Alright, well, thanks for joining me. It's a short trip. And we'll see you next time. Maybe tonight. Alright, have a good one.